Hey guys, so today we're checking out the Racxium LED projector headlights with the switchback turn signals and the chrome housing with a clear lens fitting all 2011 to 2016 F250 and F350 Super Duties. If you're looking for an upgrade in lighting performance for the front end of your Super Duty while also getting a super clean and classic look in the meantime, these headlights are going to be a great choice to take a look at. Now this headlight will feature a projector light on the top here that's going to help you significantly when it comes to your visibility. So if you're really not a fan of your factory headlights and you're looking for a big upgrade in lighting performance, this kit will do just that. Not to mention, this set will also have an LED light bar that surrounds the border of the headlight that will not only act as a daytime running light, but also a switchback turn signal at the same time, making you a lot more noticeable on the street when it comes to safety, but also, of course, some styling. Now, when it comes to the construction of the light itself, this will have a durable chrome housing and it's going to have a very high quality clear lens. So with this setup, you're going to be getting a very clean and classic look, very similar to the factory reflector, but again, this is going to be an upgrade as far as the components and the lighting technology in the headlight itself. And I also would like to mention or point out that this is not going to be fully plug and play and will require a tiny bit of wiring work. However, it's very straightforward and we will show you how to get that done in just a little bit. But the rest of the headlight is going to have a super snug fit, considering that this will have factory style mounting points, so no other modification is required there. Now with that being said, this kit is going to come in at roughly $550, putting this at a pretty affordable price point for an upgraded set of headlights on the page. Now in taking a look at some other choices available on the page, some may be set up a little bit differently. So a lot of options may not have a switchback turn signal or a daytime running light, as for this choice is going to give you both of them. Not to mention, you'll see options that are going to come with a different lighting technology. So this one is going to have an LED, as to where some other choices will just swap over the factory bulbs and just come with the housing itself, or they may have a halogen bulb that's a little bit upgraded in comparison to the factory. Now, I personally like that this gives you a clean and classic look. Some other choices may have a black housing or a smoke lens for more of a blacked out appeal. So if you're a fan of that classic look with the chrome body here, and you're also looking for a big upgrade when it comes to the lighting performance and the visibility out of your Super Duty, then this is going to be a great choice. Now when it comes to install, I'm going to give this a 2 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, just because it does require that extra wiring. Again, it is very straightforward and we'll be able to walk you through that in just a second. I would say it will take you about an hour to get the job done. One of our installers here is going to show you how to do it. So that's going to wrap it up for my review. Let's go ahead and get into the install.
Tools required for this install include an impact gun, a ratchet, a flathead screwdriver, an extension, and a 10, 13, and 18 millimeter socket.
What's up guys? Today we're going to be installing a set of headlights on our 2016 F250 Super Duty. So let's get right down to it. Alright, so the first step is going to be to remove this grille. So we have 4 10 millimeter bolts holding it in up top, and then we've got some clips on the bottom. So I use my 10 millimeter socket to take these bolts out. All right, so now that we have our 10 millimeter bolts removed, we can go ahead and pull back on the grille a little bit. And then we have 5 of these little push clips at the bottom of the grille. So you can get a flathead, push it in, and it should pop, and you can pull it out, and repeat the same for the rest of the 4. All right, so now we can remove these next 3 push clips using our flathead. And then we'll hit that push clip on the other side, and this grille will just slide right out. All right, so now that we've popped our 5 push clips, we can go ahead and pull out and remove the grille. All right, so our next step is going to be to remove the stock bumper. We have 2 bolts on each side right next to the tow hooks. We need to remove to get this off. All right, so I'm going to take my 18 millimeter socket on a 3/8 impact gun and get these bolts off. I'm going to leave one threaded just a little bit so it doesn't come falling on us when we try to take that other side off. And now we can repeat that same process on the other side. All right, so now that we have our 4 front bolts removed, we're gonna come down here into the fender well, where we have 2 more bolts. They're gonna be 13 millimeters. And now we can repeat that same process on the other side. All right, so now with all of our bolts removed, we can go ahead and pull up on the front bumper. All right, so to remove the stock headlight, we have 4 10 millimeter bolts. Our first one's gonna be down here. All right, and then our next 2 bolts are gonna be right up here. All right, and our last bolt's gonna be right up top. So now with all the bolts removed, we can pull our factory headlight out. And we can disconnect our wire harness.
All right, so now we're ready to install our headlight. So we can go ahead and plug our electrical connectors back in and get this thing put in place. All right, so our next steps will be to plug in our electrical connectors, mount the control box, and get everything lined up and put into place. Now we can go ahead and mount our control box on the inside of our frame here, just like this. And then we have these 2 alignment pins as well as a clip that'll fit into this hole up here and this guy at the bottom. Now that we have everything lined up, we can go ahead and reinstall our bolts. All right, so now we're ready to reinstall our bolts. So we'll start with the top. Then we can move to the 2 on the side. And now we can get our bottom bolt. And now we can repeat that same exact process on the other side. All right, so now we can go ahead and put our bumper back on. So we have these little brackets here that I taped around just to hold them in place so we don't have to fish a hand through there. And now we can take our 18 millimeter socket and snug everything up. All right, so now we can reinstall our bolts on the side. And then using a 13mm socket to snug them up. And now we can repeat that same process on the other side. All right, so now our next step is to reinstall our grill. So we can push in those push clips on the bottom and reinstall our 4 10mm screws up top. So that'll wrap up this review and install of the Raxium LED headlights with switchback turn signals, the chrome housing and clear lens for your 2011 to 2016 F-250 Super Duty. Thank you for watching, and remember, for all things F-250, keep it right here at AmericanTrucks.com.